Well, hello guys, I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft, and today I'm going to make a bedroll mat. I'm going to use some of this tall grass that grows along the side of the pond, and instead of using a wilderness loom, I'm going to show you a way to bundle it and tie it up, and we're going to make a real nice mat out of it. Stay with me and I'll show you how we get it done. Okay guys, we're back at the personal space now, and I have 8 large bundles of this grass that was growing up along the edge of the pond there, and I want to show you how long these things are. Okay, I'm 6 foot tall, so as you can see, this is going to be plenty enough to give me a nice bed mat. I'm going to show you how I tie these together. I did tie them in bunches to make transporting them here easier, keep them from falling apart. And I'm going to cut some cordage, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, welcome back. Okay, what I've done is I've cut a half dozen pieces of cordage, and I've made them twice as long as my arm's width. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a loop in the end of this so that my first piece of weave will start below the loop, so I have a loop hanging out. That loop will serve as a way for me to tie this bedroll up, or if I want to hang it, I'll be able to do that with these loops. I'm assured that I'll have enough cordage left over. Let me get a little closer and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Try to get in the shot here. Okay, I have a loop. That's my line where it's bent in half, and just let that hang down. Now I'm going to reach around behind my cordage and come all the way back around behind it and let it go back up through the loop I just formed. Okay? Now I hope you can see that. That leaves me with a nice loop at the end. One more time. I'll do it on the whole section so you can see. But if this was my line, I just come over top, grab it, loop all the way around, and back up, and you can see that figure 8. Or at least I hope you can. Alright, now we'll get to tying these sections. We'll get to tying these sections together. Okay, now in an effort to help you understand exactly what I'm doing, I brought you in a little bit closer. Okay, here's my loop. I just grab my bundle, and I'm going to do a very simple knot, very much like you would tie your shoelaces. Just like your first knot, but I go under twice. Okay, so I'm just wrapping it around. You will slide it down so that your knot is pretty close to your loop. Pull it down, give it a little twist so it stays in place. Well, I say that and it slips. Pull it down, and then just put another overhand knot. And what we wind up with is our bundle is tied together, and we have a loop left over at the end that we'll be able to utilize for hanging or wrapping. Now our next set of plants is going to go in between. Line it up, and then we're just going to tie that one. I'm going to go underneath that about 3 times and pull it down. Turn this so that I have my loop out the top. Alright. There we go. Pull that down, and then simply tie another overhand knot. And there's where we'll lay our next section. I'll continue this process and bring you right back. Okay, we have our first two sections tied together, and I've laid one string with the tail running up and one string with the tail running down. Okay, and here's our loop that we can hang it from. It's at the top. Second one tied on, and we're going to continue this process. Just keep adding the bundles. I'll move a little further along and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to let the camera run while I tie in one of the bundles. One side of the string is coming up, one side of the string is laying out, ready to receive the next bundle. Lay it in next to my pile, line it up. Put 3 twists underneath my line. Hold it up, pull it down. Put another 1/2 inch on top. Same thing with the next one. Pull it up, wrapping under it 2 to 3 times. 3 at the ends. Most of the time I'm doing 2 in the middle. The idea is you want to keep that cord from slipping. You may say, why not just do a loom? Well, as long as this material is, and being out here by myself, I think it would be hard to use the wilderness loom. I think just tying these bundles in is going to go a lot quicker. I don't have to cut the stakes and the rods to make the loom. I've done the loom with field grasses before, and it works great. I just thought I'd like to retain as much of this length as I can. And like I said, being by myself, I think this is easier than trying to raise and lower the loom. Alright, cord on the bottom, cord on the top, and I'm ready to receive the next bundle. I'll show you when I get to the last one. Okay, we're done. Our loom is all tied together. It's as wide as I am, plenty long. I can come back now and cut these ends off and trim them up if I like. But as long as my shelter is, I think it'll fit just fine in there. If I need to trim it off, I'll do it once I'm inside. Now I did leave, I had some string left over. I've got enough to put a couple more weaves in here. Once I put it in there and I sleep on it tonight, I may decide to put another couple of sections in here, but for right now, I think this will suffice. It'll keep me off the ground in the winter to keep me warmer, and right now it just keeps me off of this damp ground. Inside the shelter it's been pretty dry, but we've had some pretty serious rains. I mean driving rains, spin-off tornadoes, hail, that type of stuff, and it hasn't been bone dry. I've had a little bit of an issue with seepage underneath, but this will help out a lot. I may even make another one as a door to go in the front. Really don't want a door right now. I need some airflow. It's pretty humid, pretty hot right now. But this has been a fun project. I'm really proud of the way it turned out. Thanks once again for joining me. I'm Tim Langston with Red Dog Bushcraft. God bless.